Welcome back to SL Chennai Speaks Out.
Actually, Chennai is diversified people, diversified cultured people. So that one side we have a westernization like pubs or gym or beauty parlors or discotheque clubs is growing up. Another side, if you see the middle class or lower class people, do not want to use the malls or even the Reliance Fresh, or if you go for Nilgiris, they will think this is only for rich class people. The mindset will not accept the changes, whatever is happening there. So in that way, still Chennai is conservative.
All right, yes, the young girl in front, yes.
Yes, she says the middle class and the lower class people don't go to these pubs and these night outs basically because they don't have money. So can we say that conservatism is always linked to wealth? Being a liberal or liberalism is when you can party in the open, and those people who can party in the open are those who are rich. You know, middle class people do party, but they party in a Udupi hotel, which doesn't really seem non-conservative to us.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Nacho, you spoke, and since you're,
I think
sorry,
this
so
young
you're in
lady
fact
is
have
very
been saying that
wise.
Chennai is conservative. I mean, even in terms of food, I mean, this old perception that Chennai is all about idli sambar and tair sadam and all that.
Yeah, correct.
You have the Murugan idlis and the Saravana Bhavans, and you also have the barbecue nations and almost every pizza joint. In fact, even the American consulate recently moved to the idea of setting up some international chains in Chennai. So in what way are we conservative?
No,
We've
Sanjay,
discussed, we've seen
eating-
food, we've seen fashion, we're also looking at food now.
No, there's definitely a splurge of restaurants and eat outs in Chennai. But let me tell you, basically as a culture, we guys prefer eating at home. This going out and eating business is
How many of you believe that that is true? That we in Chennai prefer eating at home?
It is now very popular.
no, I mean popular,
Okay.
but with whom? That's what I'm trying to tell you. With one section of people
One second,
who
not
like to do
without the
everything in
mic,
the open.
please.
An
Yes,
older
yes.
selection
I think
of
what he
people
said.
would probably want to stay home and eat home cooked food.
No,
Young
she spoke
people
about
would
she spoke about
definitely want to go out,
commerce.
whether
She
they
spoke
can
about
afford it or not.
wealth. She spoke about having money. Let me
No,
be.
whether they can afford it or
What
not.
she said is right. When you're young,
Yeah.
if you're very well to do, you'll go to a 5-star hotel. If
Exactly.
you're middle class, lower middle
No,
class,
the issue is
you
not
will
going
go
to the place of
Udupi,
eat. I'm only
Bhavan.
telling you to believe me for this. We definitely would prefer, I mean, the majority of people, you're talking about being conservative, I'm talking about the majority of people being conservative, not the minority or liberals and whatnot. I'm only trying to tell you that 60 or 70% of the people still would prefer to, sit at home, have watch a television.
Is it
have
because
dinner.
of the vitamin M factor or what?
Absolutely right.
Then she's right.
That's
You
she's
agree
right.
with
She's
her.
right.
She's
She's
right.
right. That's what I'm saying. So that's
Jeffrey,
what
do you
drives
believe-
being
Jeffrey,
conservative.
Do you believe live-in relationships are sort of no longer unacceptable in Chennai? Earlier, eyebrows would be raised. Do you think people are slowly beginning to accept that? Because if people in fact applauded this film, which was based on a live-in relationship,
They're fantasizing, Sanjay.
so then would you say that our mindsets are slowly changing? We are not that conservative anymore. We are willing to accept certain changes.
Well, like Lachu said, it's a fantasy, but I do not know if live-in relationships are on the rise or if it's
Yes.
if it-
Divorce
if it's,
I
divorce
can
rates
tell
are
you, I
settling.
know
Look,
people.
the thing is,
let me
the
ask
thing
you
is-
one
And
thing.
they're
Let them answer. Let them
accepting.
answer. Let them finish
It's
this.
very simple. If the people concerned, boy and girl, or as the case may be, they know what they're doing, and they don't fall back on their parents and say, "Oh no, you should have told me that earlier," or "I was misguided by my friends." If you have the guts to do it, and if you have the guts to stay by it, so be it. I mean,
Where
that's
is the direction. Where are we heading to? We are heading to the so-called. Do you accept live-in relationships? I don't think we are ready for it as yet. Why should we even talk
No,
about
no,
this?
no,
I
I don't
don't
think
whether
it's a-
we are ready or
Whether we
not.
accept- whether
Not.
society
By
accepts.
Individuals
No,
concerned,
no,
ready. I
look,
agree
I
with Jeffrey.
strongly believe that
do
we,
we accept
when
it
I
or
say
not?
we,
That's what it
the larger society at large is not ready for live-in relationship. You might have a stray case of people, live-in relationship, but that's not the daily happenings.
why should it be society
Yes.
related?
Exactly.
The
But
whole
let's
idea
not
is-
run away
Do you
from
believe- do you believe-
society-based living. Yeah.
The young
I
lady,
think going back to
Society
what that
is-
young lady said, again, if you have the financial backing, and I know enough people in live-in relationships who
No, do you
have
accept it,
and
Nandita? That's what I'm saying. You
it's
think-
not me for me to accept.
No, hang on, please. We are talking about.
It's not for me to accept.
Yeah.
If two people are happy in that relationship, I don't think I'm anybody to tell them what to do. So, but
No, are you
they don't
benchmarking
in
it?
Madras.
But
No,
don't
they
you believe,
don't
ma'am,
do it in
when it comes to a
Madras
live-in
because
relationship-
a middle class, lower middle class person cannot afford it. He will not get a house on rent.
And
so
the
many
neighbors
other
also rumor mills are activated.
Yes.
There's a
You
lot
might
of
not get a
gossiping
house
that goes
rent
on.
for 10,000, but you get a house on rent for $1,000. So we're not talking about that. What I'm trying to tell you is this basic concept of live-in relationship, we are not ready for it as yet. Because you know for a fact that there'll be 1,000 tongues wagging about this.
See, if
that
you're
happening.
talking about rumors, okay, If you're well off, people talk ill of you. If you're not doing well, people talk ill of you. Rumors are
If
going
a guy
to be
and a
there
girl go out,
anyway.
Aruna, if a guy and a girl go out in Chennai, tongues wag, yes or no?
Yes, they do.
Yes.
Yes, they do.
Okay, so which means
Which means
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, so what's wrong?
Yes,
we're
yes.
going
Let me tell you one thing. Why can't it
fair
be?
also.
Can I ask you?
the
Why
same
can't
thing.
it be in the positive sense? Like Jeffrey said, not falling back on. Or if the relation goes sour, then what happens? They fall back on the parents. So I told you so. I told you not to do it. Would have been a better choice. It's better to be safe than to be sorry. So better avoid. Think straight, think positive, and
Yes.
whatnot.
But I think live-in relationships and divorce, it's all a personal choice.
Exactly.
It's not about someone else accepting it and you having.
face of this.
Yeah, you
And
don't
this
have to.
is
And
a
I
new
think
model
live-in
in
relationship, divorces, they've always been there, but they've been there in the dark. It's now people were conservative.
It's coming out of the closet because the city is changing, is what you're
the
saying.
city is changing. Women are coming out. They're bold enough to come out and say, okay, I'm not ready to live with this man. I want a divorce. They're just being bold enough. They're coming out of that cocoon, and I think it's very good.
All right, yes,
Excellent.
young
Lakshmi
girl, yes.
Narayan, when we were young, how many Chinna Virdas, Periya Virdas did we know about? Now at least people are honest and there are no Virdas. There's one Virda in singular.
Yes.
Do you mean to say that means right from time in memory we have not been conservative? That means, according to you, then why this whole
Okay,
thing?
the young girl.
I'm saying that
Yes.
hypocrisy is going.
Double standards, okay.
Yes, I would like to say, he said that, sir said that if the parents say once they get married it goes sour and then they fall back on the parents, how are the parents so sure that if you're going to get the person married to a person who of their choice, the relationship
Fair
is
enough.
not
I'm
going
not,
to
I'm
go
not denying.
sour?
At least the chances of going wrong might be lesser. That's what I'm
No,
saying.
now
just
you're
being
saying sure that it is lesser.
Yes, the girl behind you,
It's
yes.
not lesser.
Yes, the girl
No,
behind
at
you.
least
It's
the onus is on.
50-50.
No, I mean the decision making is sort of spread.
Yes, you.
Yeah,
Yes,
see,
go
you
ahead.
don't want to be the person who makes decisions.
Yeah, let's hear it. Yeah,
It's
let's
like
hear it.
saying like if you decide on your own, we're not going to be there with you. But if you're going to listen to what we say and something goes wrong, we're there with you. But that's not relationships and parents and everything. They have
I
to
don't know,
be
a lot
with
of
us
cases,
through
we
our
must
rights
admit, a
and
lot of
wrongs.
cases we read about it in the papers every day. Marriages being solemnized in police stations. Couples running away because they are scared that the parents might actually harm either party.
Think about
And they land
others
up in
here.
police
We're talking
stations.
from our perspective. Please understand the larger
So
part
are
of
we,
society.
that's clearly
has
because we
still
are
not
conservative,
changed.
that parents are not willing to
Why don't
accept
we accept
Like
the
I
choice,
said,
personal
like I
choice
said,
made by the children.
Mindsets cannot
We are
change
in a state
overnight.
of transition.
It's not possible.
And the reason you're having this problem of acceptance is because society is changing. And
Exactly.
whether you like it or not, when you expose young people to books, to education and so on, they are going to
No,
say,
you're not-
well,
yeah, okay.
why not?
No,
Why
but then
can't
the
I do
television
this?
media is only talking about all sorts of trash.
No, I don't want to go into what is trash. Supposing he reads Oscar Wilde and he says, well, if Oscar Wilde could live like that, why not I?
Well, or G.P. Shaw said a girl of beauty has a boy forever.
Okay.
Jeffrey, I mean, while we do not accept, while these are double standards we're talking of in this segment, we do not accept people getting married, making their own choices. As I said, they land up in police stations to get police help to get married. We accept, in fact, there was a gay pride march in Chennai. Chennai has got a lesbian helpline.
Yeah, there's a lesbian helpline.
Chennai has also staged the country's first beauty Miss India contest for transgenders.
And we've even got a law accepting them. I'm not too sure
Yes.
what it says.
So
but
government
All
has also
you're
reached
talking
out.
about here is why am I not able to go to a pub? Why am I not able to have a drink?
No, but
but
no,
that's
no,
what
That's
you're
a double
saying.
standard.
Absolutely wrong. You believe a nightlife is only about a pub. No, I don't
I
say
don't
that.
think
I'll tell you
nightlife
what,
is
early
all
morning,
important
Okay, let him
at all.
speak, yeah.
people who want to go for a run or a walk in the morning, at 5 o'clock, a guy would safely go and say he will have a safe jog or a walk, but a girl will think twice. Hang on,
No,
hang
no,
on,
no.
wait,
That's
hang on,
not
hang on.
Chennai,
Hang on,
please.
that is.
Chennai.
No, it's
No,
not.
I'm sorry,
That's
I
Yes,
don't
it
agree.
is,
Bangalore
it
or
is.
Mumbai.
How many of you believe?
ridiculous
Not without
to
the
say
mic,
that.
please. Not without the mic. Yes.
It is a
Yeah, can you
fact.
pass the
I
mic?
know,
please?
Ridiculous to say that.
I'm surprised.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm extremely
I mean,
surprised.
that
Yeah,
is
would you
one
agree with
thing
that? Would you agree with that? My girl would hesitate.
That's absolutely what Chennai is. 9:30, when a girl is out there in the beach, policemen ask women to get back home because Chennai is not safe. So whether it's 5 o'clock in the morning or late 8:30, even when I'm with my friends outside in the beach, let's not talk about pubs. Nightlife ends at around 9 o'clock in Chennai. For
Maybe
the safety
the
factor.
police, after
Why
the
is a
things
parent
that are
saying
happening-
why is a parent saying my child is not safe? The safety factor comes in only during the late hours.
I don't agree at all because I have gone for late night walks and I don't think Chennai is unsafe at all.
Aruna, I want to bring you in here. See, there was a time not long ago when discos were shut for a while. and they said that these discos violated the license conditions. They had a license for cultural dance and not for, within quotes, not for dances which are against Indian culture, meaning discos. If that's not conservative, what is conservative?
But that's a while ago.
Yeah, but
the city is changing, right? That's a while ago. That was in the past.
But the mindset still remains. You still have, I mean, people going into pubs and.
See, there used
you
to
had,
be
you had
a time.
Not long ago. You had a private party in a private party in Chennai. Couples, married couples, kissing each other, and that was splashed in newspapers.
Sanjay.
See, our country, our city does not approve of public displays of affection. You go
in a
to
private
the beach,
party. In a private party.
No. See, let me. That's probably.
So why? What's wrong with public display of affection?
Sorry.
What's wrong with PDA? What's wrong with public display of affection?
No, it's not about what's wrong or what's not wrong. If there is a law like that, it has to be changed.
If bigamy today is, if there are more, if there's a pertinent cases of bigamy, what's wrong with public display of affection? Is that double standards?
That'll take time again.
How many of you believe double standards here? I mean, bigamy is on the rise sometimes, but public display of affection is not accepted.
Bigamy is coming down, and more people are opting out of bad marriages and marrying the person of their choice. I think when we were young, there were more, as I said earlier, of these Chinnavidas and concubines and mistresses.
Okay,
I remember holidays and
Jeffrey has not yet answered the question. I asked you, Jeffrey, I asked you about, I give you 3 examples. Lesbian helpline, gay pride march, things coming out of the closet, the country's first Miss India contest for transgenders. And you still say we are conservative?
I think all 3 of them really don't concern me. Each its own, whether they are lesbians or a transgender or a competition for transgenders. How many people are really concerned about that? I mean, it's that's one small set of people.
If you're accepting a different sexual orientation, that's not being progressive.
No, it's
very progressive.
It's an NGO which wants to, hog the limelight and whatnot.
No.
I mean, honestly,
it's survival for these people.
It's really conservative. I mean, there would have been another march against this march in Chennai to, against this lesbian march.
Nobody doesn't bother.
Nobody was bothered because they've accepted it. People have accepted it.
Actually, everyone here was talking about the gay parade. But do we know that a lot of people in that parade were wearing masks because they did not want their faces to be seen?
That's a valid
point.
point.
That is the respect we are giving.
I'm trying to tell you the same thing. It's because of people who are still stuck in their old mindset that the city is not moving at the pace that it should.
One more mindset.
Because he said,
right.
I'm the one who said conservatism. It's a state of mind.
Okay, we'll get into another short break, and when we return for our final segment, we'll talk about what I call what will society think, that syndrome.
Nowadays, modeling and getting into acting has increased more in Chennai, but whereas beforehand, they never used to encourage all this.
If a heroine possesses a sexy dress in a bikini, okay, how much people will like a lady swimmer? If she wears the same dress, okay, it's been seen as a different thing.
Do swimmers wear gold shiny dresses like Priyanka Chopra and Dostana?